Hi there everybody, my name is Scoobbias and welcome back to Amnesia. Now this is part 2. If you remember, at the beginning of the previous episode, I told you that I got a little carried away and the recording ended up being just over an hour long. So this is part 2 and it picks up exactly where the first one left off. So I hope you enjoy it and I'll see you soon. Yes. One day I will return. If it wasn't for the thought of you, my love, I wouldn't be able to go on. When I find myself doing terrible things, I take comfort in you. As long as I am able to think of you and long for a life together, I know I'm better than the others. I weep for them. They lust for power without restraint, where I only crave fair judgment and a safe return. Alright. I don't know whether it's an inscription on the side, or he's opened it up and had a look. I mean, I don't know. Oh, yeah, oh yes, that's right, I can't actually open that, can I? Or can I? No, it's just a box that I can pick up and... Ah, here we go, there's a chest I can open. More of they're useful. Tinderbox. See, the thing is, a lot of the squeaky and the cracky creakies and the... Okay. I knew that was coming, and yet it still sends me in shivers. Yeah, all the creakies. See, the thing is, though, because this has got an insanity meter, which I think is absolutely fantastic. A slight headache, and yes, your health, blah blah blah. So I think because it's the insanity and things like that, and it deals with hearing things and seeing things and, you know, things like that. I think it's a really cool idea. You don't know what is there and what isn't. What is, it's like this, the sound of yourself going slowly mad. He fell to the kitchen floor. Tears were beginning to well up in his eyes as he received the first kick to his stomach. Hazel reminded him, remain hidden in fear she too would be punished. I'm thinking that's his memory speaking, because it draws you upstairs anyway, which is where you have to go anyway, to continue with the game. All tinderbox. Yeah, because, you know, when you start going insane, things like that, you hear this, like, almost like it's like your skull's cracking, and it's all right inside your ears, and it's really effective. It just puts you on edge, just like gritting your teeth, and a lot of the things you hear, like the creaking doors and stuff like that, it's fun. The other children cheered him on. His name voiced as a steadily rising, urging him to do it. Am I really doing this? The young boy thought, and struck his victim with a rock. Here we go. This is when things start to get a little bit more hinky. I know what's going on here. I do. It still scares the hell out of me.
16th of May, 1839. The unflinching African sun has continued to plague our expedition, making it impossible to dig until dusk. How Professor Herbert managed to find the location in these vast plains of nothingness remains a mystery to me. When I asked him about the tomb again,
Google
he told me
Maps.
about the legend of Tin Hanan, the mother of us all. An interesting story in its own right, but I can't help feeling there's more.
Well, of course there's more.
We uncovered a passage beneath the dunes leading to a sand-covered stone structure. The professor was confident it was the tomb we sought and ordered the others to clear the way late into the dark, cold night.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Tomorrow, I shall lead the men into the ancient structure, hoping to reach the burial chamber. No matter what the professor is keeping from me, the dig should yield something interesting to take back to London and the British Museum.
One would hope. Otherwise, it's a complete waste of time. You're out there for no good reason. God, these cockroaches, man. They just have to be hissing ones. Interesting decor. Ooh. Why was that in my right ear? Oh, I don't like that. I hate... Oh, why are you doing that to me? Oh! I played this a couple of times now, this part of the game a couple of times now, and I've only just twigged. Somebody just left this room! God, I'm a moron. Oh, yeah. Use that, because it's better for my sanity if I do that. Not just in-game. Believe it or not, although horror games, because they're a bit more interactive, they're a bit more than, you know, they're a bit worse than horror movies, because they are, you know, you interact with them, you get to do things, you run around this world, you're moving around this world through this little window box that is, you know, your vision, and they really get to you, and they really get into your brain, which is why, believe it or not, although these games scare me, I'm so looking forward to playing Allison Road. The trailer made me scream. So I can't wait to actually get to play it. That should be an interesting video, because I think hopefully it'll come out on the consoles as well. I've got both consoles, so hope it'll come out on the consoles as well, and I get to play that. And again, you'll get to see me wet my pants in fear. I hereby offer my full attention and services to Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg. This contract will reign for a total of 3 years, when my freedom shall return to me. In addition, Alexander, Baron of Brennenburg, is to recommend my services to the Prussian royal court, and within the sanctum of the Order of the Black Eagle. Not sinister at all, is it? May no man break this seal. Wilhelm, House of Gerich. Yeah, okay. Good for you. Indenturement by choice. Always a plus. Always a plus. Oh, hang on a minute. God, why is that in my right ear? Oh, fucking hell. Oh, no. That's why. See, last time I played this, I thought it might be advantageous to turn the sound down so you could hear me speaking better, but now I'm recording on a separate audio file. It doesn't actually matter, so turn the sound back up again. And that's why, because I actually felt that a lot of the atmosphere, it wasn't as frightening when I played it last time, because it literally wasn't loud enough. It really just wasn't loud enough to hear everything, and I don't remember hearing that last bit last time, and it just got me again. It got me a second time. I know that most of the time during this game, you're not actually in danger. You don't have to worry, but it's, like I said, this is the reason why it's kind of like the reawakening again of the horror genre for video games, because to really bring it forward from, you know, take that crown, or really share that crown with the really good horror movies. And I like to think actually that a lot of horror movies have taken what video games have done and put it into there. I mean, it's like The Woman in Black had a lot of very, you know, kind of things you saw at the corner of your eye, and things like Mama and things like that. They came out, and you know, and Sinister as well, where you saw these things and it wasn't straight on in your face like they used to be. There's a lot to the side, and they came out after. And a lot of these films came out after things like Penumbra and Amnesia, and they were so much more atmospheric than a lot of the old horror films. The old horror films you used to see, the slashes and things like that, and they used to be
17th of May, 1839.
It's very in your face, where
my hands tremble as I write.
Things like this.
I feel a need to document my tribulation,
are a bit more
fear that my memory will fail me if I linger. Today, I took some men and ventured into the dark, ancient passage we uncovered. Our torches burned faintly in the murky air as we slowly made our way underground. The men were superstitious and fearful. They argued loudly, and I felt their strange language getting to me. I mustered my strength and yelled at them to continue down the slopes and broken steps. The crudely carved passage confused me.
It was a straight line,
it
right?
looked much older than the 4th century structure we had expected. The twisting path emerged into a great antechamber. The walls
What about
were
the uncle
lined with
chamber?
statues unlike any I'd ever seen. Despite their unearthly quality, I felt a strange familiarity toward them, which haunts me still. At the far end of the chamber, a great slab of stone sealed off whatever lay ahead.
Great.
I gave the order to raise it, and as I pushed through the narrow space, the heavy stone suddenly dropped, sealing me inside. I was
Called it.
trapped.
Yeah, I mean, so I keep on saying it, I know. The atmosphere is what gets you. It's what you don't see. It's like what happens, what they really did in the first Alien movie. You never really got to see the alien for most of the film. It was there. Oh, okay. Oh yes, the piano. Go away with the piano. Yes, the piano music's very nice. But as we all know, as I'm sure you can guess, if you've never played this game before or never seen this game before, and yeah, you're seeing it with me for the first time, I really hope I do it justice for you. But as you can probably guess, when we find the piano, see, I want to watch my, because I need to be careful of my my sanity. be careful of my insanity. But also, I need to try and. Oh yeah, that's locked. I also need to try and watch my oil consumption. Look, there's the piano that was playing and no one's there. Okay, no. Oh, don't do that. See, I've played this already about 3 times, trying to get this right, and it still scares the crap out of me. God. Man, this is so bad. Good, but oh my god, you know, it's noises and stuff, but the noises, oh god, the noises. Again, atmosphere. It's all it is. All it is the odd noise here and atmosphere there. It's such a really good combination of everything. Here we go. More memory, more flashbacks.
Much of the castle is old and hasn't been tended to for centuries. When the shadow arrives,
You can tell he's the bad guy because of the gravity voice.
We're just buying time anyway. Let's do what we can.
There isn't much to be done about the wars. We should reinforce weak structures. The ground will tremble and there's a risk everything will cave in on us, especially downstairs. Here,
Oops.
and there. Let's get the servants working on it.
Okay. Okay. Ooh. I don't think I did that. I forgot about that. Yay! Every time that piano starts playing, we're just tense. I don't like it. No, sir. I don't like it. If anyone remembers the Ren and Stimpy, the old Ren and Stimpy cartoons, they were fantastic. Hello. Those old Ren and Stimpy cartoons were fantastic. I loved them. They were fantastic. And there was a horse character that used to pop up. It's just a very kind of unimpressed, you know, kind of kind of look on his face, and all he used to say was, "I don't like it." "No, sir, I don't like it." And that was it. That was all he was there for. He was just there for that one line, for that one thing. And it's like every time that things like that happen, it's like, "Nope, don't like that." Ooh. Oh yeah, kind of. I think it's the third bit of what we have to read.
17th of May, 1839.
Maybe.
After
Nice.
pounding the unforgiving stone wall for what seemed like an eternity, I realized it was hopeless. I was trapped.
Well, duh.
I fell to the ground, gasping for air, trying to focus. That's when I saw a faint blue shimmer.
Let's do the
My
thing.
weakened body was heavy to carry, but I managed to push myself toward the enchanting light. It was waiting for me. Enclosed in dark nothingness, I felt myself drawn to the mystic light.
You know, in games when you know you shouldn't do the thing, but you have to anyway. Video game logic.
I reached out, closing it in my hands. The faint glow escaped my fingers and began to spark brightly and spirit me away, unlocking alien memories of spiraling towers, endless deserts, and impossible geometry.
Somebody's
The next thing
high.
I can remember is the grating sound of stone being lifted, the voices of the Arabs pulling me to safety, and grasped firmly in my hands was the broken pieces of a most peculiar relic.
Broken pieces. It wasn't broken before. Oh god, but the playing. I know that usually what happens is after the playing, I go to the place and I find where the playing was, and there's usually going to be a noise that scares the living shit out of me. Not breakable by hand. Ah, yes, I remember this.
You have to be swift when you activate the first one. You hear that? If it stops, you'll have to start over.
Isn't all this a bit excessive?
You can never be too careful, Daniel.
Shut up! Don't do that! Yeah. Oh, sort of broken. Well, that was part 2 of Amnesia. Part 3 will be coming along very, very shortly. So, once again, ladies and gents, if you enjoyed this video, slap that like button, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye!